Hello everyone and welcome to the Z channel. This is the Z-Man here. So I've made the videos about or talking about the everyday carry, and so I wanted to give a decent spread of just some of the gear that I interchange. This is a lot of my normal stuff that I like to carry depending on what's going on. If I know that there's going to be, you know, possibilities I might get called to the field, or you know, if I have my day off, or whatever the case is going on. So I always like to be prepared in a number of different platforms as far as an everyday carry kind of stance goes on. So I think first and foremost, you know, the main thing that every guy is going to carry is you know, going to be the wallet, and then some other kind of form. Like I carry my, you know, credit card ID. It's a money clip kind of thing. And so when I was overseas one time, I had someone try to pickpocket me, and so ever since that point I've always worn my IDs in one pocket and then my money and wallet in the other pocket. So cards and IDs and important stuff in this one, and then money and a couple of other things in the right pocket. Okay, so this we'll put over back into the left pocket. And then I wanted to go over some of the things that are, you know, about the wallet carry, the EDC for my wallet. So we'll start off with that first. So obviously you got the two different credit card knives, and you know, these, everyone's seen these before. They're really simple. They fold out, and then you lock it into place, kind of like that. Okay. And maybe you can see it a little bit better. It's a little dirty because it's been in my wallet for so long, but just like that. And then you have yourself a nice, you know, pretty razor sharp cutting tool if you need to effect some kind of cutting, and you know, you maybe you're in a hurry and you forgot to bring your stuff. The nice thing about always having it in your wallet is 9 times out of 10 you're always going to have your wallet on you. So I carry 2 of these around, and part of that reason is you know, the rule of thumb is 2 is 1, 1 is none. And so whenever I'm able to get 2 of any item, I usually try to get 2. Now obviously that's not financially practical for everyone, but in this case, you know, I was able to get, you know, a bunch of these for a steal. So the reason why I like to carry 2 of them at the same time is because it gives me the option for having, you know, a double weapon system in any kind of self-defense case, you know what I mean? So if I need to effect some serious self-defense and all I have is these 2 babies, I can still do some damage, and that's just the way I look at it. And then, you know, also if this one breaks, I've got another one backed up just in case I need to use it if I don't have any other, you know, weapon or blade to use. So that is that on the credit card knives. They're pretty handy, they're pretty durable. I've had these for a number of years now, and I just fit those right into the middle part of the wallet. Alright, I carry this other, it's pretty razor sharp too. You get them for about 99 cents. It's kind of like a Chinese piece of junk, but the thing I like about it is that it's sharp, it's small, it's compact, and then you can fit it right inside of your wallet just like that. Oh, I got it upside down. And it slides in there real nicely and fits, and you just kind of forget about it, okay? So then the next thing, everyone's seen this credit card, you know, gadget deal. It's got a nice sharp edge on the side. You got the bottle opener. You can actually saw some things. You know, you can use this as a wrench, or you know, a socket wrench. And then I don't know. I mean, for me, the basic things was the cutting tools and the bottle opener. And then the ruler that's on the side here. So for me, it's a pretty practical piece to have, and you know, I think I picked it up for next to nothing. I think I got it for like 15 cents. So I'd like to put it in this this little carrying case that it came with, which is kind of ripped over the years, but I've had it for a number of years, and I just slide that in there just like that, and it just kind of sits nicely inside of my wallet. Okay. And then the next item I was talking about is this little credit card navigation deal. So you have a compass in the very top here, which actually, you know, it's not the best compass in the world, but it works pretty well. And then it comes with this extra knife, okay? A little bit extra redundancy, if you will. All right, and then you have the can opener, and bottle opener, and you know, an effective little tool if you need to use it. I thought that was pretty cool. And then on the sides here, you got some tweezers. And then like a toothpick kind of thing. So it's kind of like a little Swiss Army card. It's got the ruler at the top, and then you got the magnifying glass, and that's pretty much it. And so that kind of just fits in the top right behind the money. And then the last thing I like to carry, and this is only used, you know, for situations if I forget my keys. I would never pick lock someone else's stuff, but this is a tool that I picked up, and it's a pretty nifty little lock picking set. And so you can see this is the torsion wrench that you would use to put in while you're picking the lock, and then you twist it as you're, you know, raking the little I guess they're called pistons or whatever they're called, the teeth inside the lock. And then these are the different tools. You can see that right there. These are the different tools that come with it, and so it fits in just like that. And then you put the top in, and then this bottom kind of screws everything in together, holds it tight so that way this doesn't come out. And then I just put that in the inside part of this part of my wallet, and then there you go. And it makes the wallet a little bit big, but it also makes it to where if someone tried to pick my pocket from the front side, I'm gonna know, because there's no way you're getting this big huge wallet out of my pocket without me knowing. So anyway, I'll put that to the side just to clear some room here. Okay, so next item is multi-tool. Now this Gerber I picked up, I actually got for a really decent price on eBay. It was brand new, but again, it was from somebody that didn't know how to set a reserve, and so, you know, it's a great pickup. Obviously, you know, anyone that has any kind of multi-tool knows you got the, you know, you got the Phillips, the small, the big, and then a cutting tool, cutting knife, and then you got the flathead, fisheye hook, and then looks like a little bit of a mini saw kind of thing, and then you have the ruler on the side. And then what's cool about this is the locking mechanism. So let's say I wanted to use the knife. You see this part right here, it locks, and so I don't have to worry about, you know, this thing. It's not going to go anywhere until I actually move this. Once I move this, then it'll unleash. And so Gerber's pretty solid, you know, multi-tool. It's been very handy. It fits really nice on the belt loop. And my Leatherman Wave I can't find for some reason. I think it's in one of my other bags, so I'm gonna have to try to find that. But it's either between this, the Leatherman Wave, and then I have a few other small ones that I have actually already stowed away. So, but you get the general idea as far as the multi-tool. These are invaluable. Carry them. You know, I would have multiple ones, even like, you know, crappy ones. It's better to have than have not. But so far, this Gerber one's been a solid piece. I've had to use it a number of times, you know, for car repairs, for, you know, on-the-fly needs of having a screwdriver or cutting tool, or just needing to grab something with the pliers. So, you know, invaluable tool. I definitely recommend everyone get one. Sometimes with the combo, I like to carry this buck knife. I got it for a present. Someone picked it up for me. And, you know, buck knives are pretty cool. They're pretty straightforward. In this case, you know, this one, it's actually sharp on top and it's sharp on the bottom. So that's what's really cool about this blade, is it's got the double penetration blade. It's extremely sharp point, needle point. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's got a nice needle point, and it's been a great tool. I've only had to use it a couple of times, but it fits nicely right behind the Gerber multi-tool on the left side of my belt. Is where I like to carry that one, just because I wouldn't go for this as like a weapon deployment, because you have to pop it open, pull it out, and you really can't like snap fast the buck knife unless you want to use a whole bunch of WD-40 or something, which I don't really recommend, because that actually speeds up some of the rust on knives. So I don't know, in my opinion, it's a great work tool, and it's, you know, if I'm gonna just do some basic handiwork, or you know, I don't feel like carrying a bunch of extra stuff inside of my pockets. I like to carry this one. And also the person that gifted it to me, it's valuable to me, irregardless. So I'll put that to the side. And then some other pocket knives I like to carry. So this is the Camillus. It's a pretty basic pocket knife. It's got the seatbelt cutter and then the glass breaker at the bottom here. You can see that right there. So it's a pretty nice blade, pretty sharp. It's 440 stainless steel. You know, nothing extravagant about it, but it's a really nice piece. It fits nice in the pocket. It's got a nice solid pocket clip on it right there, and you know, it's been a great piece, and it's spring loaded too. So you just got to barely tap it, and it comes out like that. So that helps out a lot with you know, deployment. And so I'll either carry that on the left side pocket, but it also depends on what I'm carrying. So usually I'll keep it on the right side and bust it out that way, because when I pull it out, if I need to, boom, just like that. Okay, and that's the whole point about weapon deployment for EDC. If you're carrying it and you can't deploy it, what's the point? You know, so you ready, and here you go, you pop it out, bam. Okay, and so you should be able to deploy your weapon in about 1.5 to 2.5 seconds from the point of reaching from your pocket. Okay, so as soon as you get it from the pocket, you're out, boom. Okay, that's how it should be. You should be in a self-defense stance. Always have the business hand pointing, ready to go, check hand ready to go. Or if you're going to use it for, so like in different martial arts, they talk about having a check hand, but I was also taught that your check hand is your destruction hand too. So it kind of goes both ways. It kind of goes hand in hand. And so I really like this one just because of the fast draw that it comes with. Okay, and then another one that I like to carry is this Emerson. So when I picked this up, it was a pretty sweet deal. I was told that it's actually a replica and not the real deal, but in my case it didn't matter either way because I didn't pay any money for this. So I was happy when I got the purchase. It's got a Tanto blade. It's really rugged and heavy. Like, I mean, I've tried a torque on this thing before, and it's held up. So for whoever said to me that this was a fake Emerson, I would have to say that you're full of it, because it comes with the whole Emerson wave and everything. And the purpose of the wave is, you see this little part right here. Okay, what this does is this fits on the inside of the quill of your pocket. So when you deploy it out this way, it's supposed to catch right here on your pocket quill and unleash the blade. Okay, so in theory, and I'm gonna try to put this in my pocket real quick. As soon as I pull this out, when it catches right here in my pocket, I don't know if you can see this or not, but it's because of the angle that I'm sitting at. But anyway, so when you pull it out, boom, it automatically deploys the blade because it catches on the quill of your pants. And that's what's really nifty about the Emerson wave. And so this is a really great for quick deployment, because as you're pulling it out of your pocket, the knife is deploying as it's coming out of your pocket because it catches on this quill. So that's what I like about this for rapid deployment activity. And so that's, in my opinion, it doesn't get much better than that for having a pocket knife and not a fixed blade. Okay, so that's the Emerson. And then I got a cold steel tie light, and this has the same kind of deal. The top, you can see it catches right here and it'll bust open, okay, just like that as you pull it out. Now when you do this, you got to have it in like a rapid motion, so when it catches, it's really fast. Okay, boom, just like that. Okay, so that's what's really cool about these cold steel tie lights. They're not very expensive, and they're really sturdy. I was happy when I got the price, and I've sold a couple of them, you know, on the eBay store that I used to have. And I don't know, I mean, I came up on a lot, and I got them, and it helped me make some money, and I kept one of them just to keep it, and it's been a pretty good tool so far. I've never had any complaints. The pocket clip is pretty sturdy. It's a little short, but for good reason, because of how long the blade is, you know. And also with blade lengths, make sure that you know your local, state, and federal laws when it comes to the kind of blades that you're allowed to carry. You know, sometimes they don't want you to carry a blade that's like, you know, 3 to 4 inches long. Sometimes you're allowed to carry longer. It just depends on what state you live in. So make sure that you know your laws before you start carrying pocket knives, okay? So anyway, that's a cold steel. And I don't carry all these, obviously, at the same time. This is just a different spread of things that I have, okay? And then right here, we just got a Gerber basic tool. You know, it's a... I can't remember the name of this one, but it's, you know, it's got the finger loop, thumb hole, whatever you want to call it. And actually, I found this one, and so that was pretty cool. I actually found this on the ground, and I was like, well, finders keepers kind of thing, and so that was really cool. And I've used it a couple of times. It's just a nice backup knife. Gerber makes pretty, you know, they're not the best quality, but they make a pretty quality blade. And like I said, it's come in handy a bunch of times. I actually own a lot of different Gerber pocket knives, and one day I'll bust out the entire collection, because like I said, I've been collecting for like 9 going on 10 years now, and I usually get a blade, you know, for Christmas, you know, Father's Day, birthday, stuff like that. So I usually get about 2 to 3 blades a year, and I really like knives. I like the versatility of them. I like the different designs, and so, you know, that's just one of those things. I like to diversify my knife carries. So other knife options, I've already showed you guys the Schrade Viper. This is a real easy one. You pop the safety down, you can see that the safety's off, and then it goes out the front like that. Now this is a little bit more difficult to deploy if you don't practice. You need to practice this one, because if you want to keep the safety on in your pocket, because if you bump this, it will come out and it will stab your leg. Just take it from a personal experience already. And so when you're pulling this out, you have to really be able to actually unleash the safety mechanism, and as you're coming out, bam, you're ready to go. Okay, so that's what's cool about the Schrade Viper. Again, especially with an out the front spring-loaded weapon like this, you need to make sure that you're legal in carrying it before you do carry it, because if you're carrying a prohibited weapon, you will go to jail. So that's the Schrade Viper. Check out the knife review that I did on that one. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool knife. All right, next up is one of my favorite blades. It's the cold steel triple action. And so originally when these things came out, these were around 550 bucks, okay? And once again, on eBay, I found myself one heck of a deal, and I waited and waited and waited, and I won it for, I think, like a tenth of what it was worth. And I know the person that put this on eBay was extremely mad, because they did not want to follow the deal, and I actually had to make a case